Hello, Life Path number 9. Thank you guys so much for tuning into your 2023 prediction. My name is JOCELYN, and again, I thank you guys so much for tuning in. Also, thank you guys so much for all your likes, comments, shares, and subscribes. It is greatly appreciated. So I'm not going to even hold y'all. I'm just going to jump right on into it. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by giving you an overall theme of what your 2023 is going to consist of. Next, I'll move into what I see for you guys in love, followed by what I see for you in career and finances. And then lastly, it will be an overall advice message of what advice I can give you to get you throughout the year of 2023. And with that advice, you can always come back and look at this video if you need to throughout the year. So for life path number 9, what I was getting for you is there is going to be a time to take action and a time to surrender. There is going to be a time of you to actually do things, and then there's going to be a time for you to actually be. So it's almost like you giving effortless effort. Like sometimes you don't even have to do anything. That was where that effortless parts come from. But then the effort comes from you actually doing something. And then when you mix the two, your life can progress to new heights in this particular year. Now, understanding when you're not supposed to do something and when you're supposed to do it is going to be the challenge of this year. Because sometimes you are going to want to move full speed, but it's not for you to move full speed. You're going to have to kind of relax and process a lot of things. That is when that effortless part comes from, where you just flow through that wave. But then the effort part comes from, there's going to be times where you're going to feel like, well, no, I'm just going to flow. I'm just going to allow, but you're actually supposed to be doing things. So that's where that effort comes from. And sometimes effort could be you doing something beyond your grasp or beyond your imagination of something that you've never even thought of. So with that being said, in this particular year, take proper steps. I'm seeing like the game, like red light, green light. Know when it's time for time for you to take those steps when the light is green, and then know when it's red light when it's time for you to stop. Okay. So that's going to be your overall theme for this particular year. Overall as well, it is going to be a lot of transactions that is going to happen, that is going to set you up for a lot of success, a lot of joy within this particular year. But again, know when to make those transactions and know when to not. Really follow your discernment. And when you can really open yourself up to those things, and then when not to, spend too much time on it, get to a point where you know when to spend time on it, and get to a point where you know when not to. Okay. So be in a flow with that. When it comes to your love, there's going to be a lot of major breakthroughs and major changes happening for you. You have been on hold for a long period of time when it comes to love. Even though that you may have been in a relationship for the past maybe like 5 odd years, or even between those things, right now it's time for you to take a step back and reevaluate a lot of things. In your relationships, in your situationships that you have been in through the past, it has taken out a lot of energy from you. You have felt weakened by all of these things, and you haven't really understood your true value. In this particular year, in a universal year 7, you are going to be understanding your true value and when to, again, take time out for yourself. Not saying that love is not coming in for you, but again, going back to that overall theme, know when to date and know when not to date. You don't always have to just be attached to someone to where you always just have to have a relationship with them in order to feel validated. Sometimes you do need to take a step back and reevaluate yourself and know when it's time for you to take those steps forward to move to the next level. There is going to be a different perspective of how you see relationships and how you see love in this particular year, you're going to have a better understanding of what love truly means, not infatuation, not just because someone has a strong care and desire to be with you, or just even them saying they can't live without you. They can't live without you. It's some value that you bring into someone's life where they feel if you are not there, they're not going to be able to survive. And believe them when they say that, but don't romanticize that. Think of it as this: you are a crutch to that person. You may also be in a situation where you're a crutch to them. They're your crutch, you're their crutch. So now it's time for you to kind of process things, really look at things from the bigger picture, from a better perspective, so that you can get a better understanding of what true love really looks like. This is for you, Nas. This is going to be a very inclusive single year, because you are going to have a lot of breakthroughs when it comes to your love relationships. You will potentially find a love partnership and a love match, but that person is going to be out of the norm. They're going to be different from what you're used to having. It's going to be somebody that opens you up to a whole new plethora of things. I feel like you have like a type, and not just physically either. It's something more spiritually and emotionally you have, or just even mentally, you have a certain type. But that type is going to be switched up a little bit. I'm also hearing that you do need to switch up your type a little bit. For example, like if you are used to going a certain place, meeting a certain person, maybe you need to change where you go to meet new people, to open yourself up to what true love really is and how other people can actually love you, not just even based on the type that you're used to. With that, and with you processing that, and with you being able to overcome that, you'll be able to unstick yourself from those things, from those regular relationships that you've been in. So you're going to be able to, in this particular year, to learn love on a whole nother meaning, because you've been looking at love in a different lens, in like a bad light. And you haven't even really realized it. You've thought that because someone told you this, or someone told you that, or because someone take you out to dinner every week, that's what love is. That's not what love is. That's what just being with somebody, just wanting to be around with somebody is. That's not really what love is. So in this particular year, you are going to be in like I said, like a single mindset, so that you can understand truly, majorly, what love truly is. Now, when it comes to your career and your finances, I see that you're going to be very independent. If you have like your own business, or if you create something, if you are like the boss of your own life in your financial situations, you are going to have more clients, and you're going to have more opportunities come in. It may feel like you're overworked, or you're overburdened. So you are going to have to cut some things out when it comes to you. I see you being very successful just on a whole level when it comes to your career, your finances, everything. When it comes to your physical environment, you are going to be so successful, and you're going to be able to take care of what you need to take care of when it's time. If you have had different situations where you have never had enough money, or you've always had to ask people for money and ask people for loans and help, you are now going to be in a position where you can take care of yourself. You advocate for yourself. You've grown more wise financially. So therefore, you are going to be more financially abundant in this particular year. You also need to understand that this year that everything that glitters is not gold. So everything that may look good or everything that may have a big number on it or a big price on it may not be good for you. So let's say you're putting your application out for jobs and you get called back from 2 particular jobs. Okay? You may be automatically drawn to the job that pays the most money naturally. But in that sense, it's like the universe wants you to look at it from a heart sense. Do what is going to be good for your heart, be good for your mental, be good for your physical. The one that's more convenient, not really the one that pays the most money. And from the one that you choose that will help your heart, that will be a better, like, not even financially business decision, but a business decision, and to put you on the path where you want to go, then you will get promotions in that particular area. And the job that you turned down that was the most money, that's going to be chump change. It's going to, like I said, that job that you actually absolutely choose because that is the area that you want to walk down to, and that's the area you want to go to. It is going to be a better decision for you not to take that one. Don't just take the job, like I said, that pays more money, because that comes with things. You will have to make some type of very difficult decision when it comes to your career and finances as well. So you may be working at a job right now, or you may be working on a project or doing something right now that when the new project or when a new offer, when a new job comes in, you're going to have to cut that because it's going to be too much for you to handle. Also, don't put on too many bills or too many purchases. Don't really purchase anything in the year of 2023 unless you absolutely need it. So be more financially wise when it comes to what you spend your money on as well, because that is going to set you up for 2024. It's going to like pour over. So it's kind of like whatever you decide to do spiritually in this universal year 7 is going to pour over physically to the universal year 8. And then that's when you make your purchases in 2024. So if you're looking to like buy a house, if you're looking to definitely no purchases of new car, but if you absolutely need the new car, go ahead and purchase it. And if you absolutely need that house, go ahead and purchase it. But if you don't really, if it's not a rush for you to purchase these things, don't purchase these things. Make sure that you're making like very wise decisions, because you don't want to get into a situation where you bought these things because you had the money right then, but then further down the line, it's going to be something else that's going to come up that may kind of burden you a little bit, and then you're going to have to start figuring some things out, and then you're going to start regretting like different purchases and different things that you've had. But overall, your finances are looking really good. They're looking really strong, really heavy. Like I said, also just make sure that you are focusing on what is going to make you truly abundant, and then cut out the things that don't really make you abundant. You don't have to do everything just because of the money. Okay, make very wise decisions when it comes to that. Now, when it comes to your advice, be more confident within yourself. It's like you have the wisdom, you have the finances, you have the resources, and you have the emotional knowledge that you need to really be who you are. But the only thing that's really stopping you, and that has stopped you, life path number 9, is your confidence. You haven't discovered your light truly. In this particular year, you are going to discover that. You are going to become more wiser, and you're going to want to use that knowledge. But with you not really having the confidence factor within everything, it's going to slow you down. There is there is going to be something, like I said, that you're going to figure out about yourself. It's almost like it's been right there in your face this whole time, but because you have been focused on something else, you haven't really truly saw it. It's going to make you look at both sides of your situation and how you could have looked at it and how you actually look at it. And that is going to build your confidence as well. Definitely look back at this throughout the year, because even with me just explaining it, it sounds right to me, but to you, you're like, what is she talking about? So definitely look back at this. Make sure that also that you are putting yourself out there and not hiding who you are anymore. Life path number 9 is a very modest number. It's always like, it's almost like you have seen it all, you've heard it all, you've done it all. So you just sit back and you wait for other people to, get themselves together, because you already have it together. But modesty is not going to help you this year. Insert yourself and put yourself out there. Make yourself be seen. Show who you really are this year. Open yourself up to new things and go after what it is you truly want. God will tell you. Start questioning a lot of things that has happened or that will happen. Do not be afraid to go to God and say, God, what do you want me to do now? God, if I do this, will this benefit my life? God, what are my true talents? What steps do you want me to take in order for me to be in divine alignment and who I'm supposed to be? God will give you that answer, but are you going to believe the answer that you're going to get? Take notion of that. Be aware of that. Also, I'm hearing, do not belittle yourself. You are a force to be reckoned with. Move that way. If you knew that you were going to win all battles that you were faced up against, would you go into battle? So that's how you know that you can continue to move forward, because you're already guaranteed to have a win. So continue to move. Know when peace be still. Know when, okay, it's time for me to go. Discern that. With you using your natural, discerning, wise energy in this year of a 7, this year can be a very great, grand month for you. A lot of things can come in at the same time, and it can feel like, okay, wait a minute, this is too much. But then process those things as you go on throughout your year of 2023. All right, thank you, Life Path number 9, so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.